think there is. Hello kiddos, welcome back to my channel. My name is Edgar and on today's video we're going to be talking about the books that I have read in April and May. Why? Because I should have done this video maybe like 2 months ago, but the thing is like I've been planning other type of videos and then I've been postponing it. There have been some 5-star reads, there have been some books that have been like a little bit of a disappointment. So if you want to find out what could be your next book recommendation, just keep on watching this video. Well, the first book that I want to talk about is The Love Hypothesis. As you might know, I'm a big rom-com fan. I love romance books. They're my comfort area. Then every time that I feel sad and not very happy with whatever is happening, I kind of like go to these books and I feel immediately better. You might be thinking, why now? Like we have heard so much about it, and what happens in social media is that sometimes you hear about a book so much that you feel like you already read it. And that was kind of the situation for me with this one. But then I found it on sale and I said, why not? It's absolutely what I needed. I absolutely understand the hype about it because this book, it's a fake dating type of show. It talks about Olive, who is a scientist. She's going through some rough situation because her best friend is dating someone that she used to be in love with. Olive feels that they're not going to be happy if they think that she's not over that past love. So instead of just going and tell them, look guys, I'm over him, I'm completely fine with you dating, she decided to kiss some random guy who ended up being the professor in the university that she assists to. Not only that, but also to fake dating. The premise, I know, is cheesy, but at the same time, I think that it's developed so well that you end up falling in love with the characters. You fall in love with Adam, which is the professor. You fall in love with Olive, who is the girl who ended up having feelings for Adam. This is the first book that I read from Ali Hazelwood, and as I say, I absolutely understand the hype. This is a 5-star read for me, and maybe it can be one of my favorite rom-com books. So I'm absolutely happy that TikTok has recommended this to me. And then not everything is happiness. After that, I started to read Lucky. Lucky is a book that's been a recommendation from Reese's Book Club. So I said, okay, I will give this book a chance. My thing with this book is that I thought I will have like the best time reading it. Maybe because it's been recommended by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Yes, she said, the most fun I've had reading a novel in a long time. Okay, Taylor, we have to talk. Super easy to read, and it's
a story about a girl named Lucky.
Not this one, but this one. This girl, she has a past in the art of scamming, and because of that, she's one of the police wanted people. So in the lowest point of her life, she decided to buy a lottery ticket, and just a few days after, she finds out that she's a winner. The thing is, like, she cannot go and cash it out, because then the police will catch her. With that premise, I was like, sold. I am up for this book. This is going to be super fun. And it was fun, but I swear that the whole plot is just sorted out in the last 20 pages. It's one of those situations of, go girl, give me nothing. Because the book is just closed in a way that it makes you feeling that you have just read a short story, or maybe it should have been a short story. It should have 50 more pages at least. I really like the book. I hated the ending. I think the ending was really badly written, but I still recommend the book. Like, I think that it's nice and it's a fun read. And the third book that I read was also in the month of April, and it was called Before the Coffee Gets Cold. It's been recommended to me by so many people, but one of them is a friend of mine, so I decided, okay, I'm going to give this book a chance. Okay. I found that the premise of this book is super interesting. It talks about a cafeteria where people go and they have a coffee while they travel in time to a specific moment in their lives that had happened in that cafeteria as well. They're going to be living in that past moment only until the coffee gets cold. He said it! He said it! It's a collection of short stories, so it actually talks about different characters. My problem with the book is that it felt like it was trying too hard to reach my emotions. I think it was all the time just like trying to give some sad quote or some sad moment to make you cry. And it was so in your face that I didn't enjoy it. I knew that there was something sad coming, and when it happened, it was actually less sad than what I thought it would be. So I ended up being like a little bit disappointed. I don't think that the book is bad. I enjoyed it. It's super short, but I have the feeling that it could have been more. It felt too much like a Korean drama or like a telenovela where you know something sad and super exaggerated is going to be happening, you know? Then I decided to lift up my mood and go back to my rom-coms and I read a book called It Happened One Summer just because the continuation, or maybe the sequel actually, that is called Hook, Line and Sinker, has been released this year just like a few months ago, and mostly because the main character in It Happened One Summer is based on Alexis from Schitt's Creek.
Do I have to remind you of the time that I was taken hostage on David Geffen's yacht by Somali pirates for a week and nobody answered my texts?
And Schitt's Creek is one of my favorite TV shows of all time, and it's actually a super nice book. Piper, which is the main character in It Happened One Summer, is a very lovable character. It's the story of this girl who is super rich. Her father supports her on everything with money, but then after some incident and something that she did, he decided to not to give her any more money, but to send her to the countryside and then to work and to earn her own money. Of course, she started meeting a lot of people. One of those is her love interest. The book is so fun and so enjoyable, mostly because the main character is so lovable. I don't think that it's my favorite romance. I think that, for example, The Love Hypothesis was developed in a way that was more my type of romance, but this one was super enjoyable. And then I read Hook, Line and Sinker, and I enjoyed it even more. A character of Hannah, which is the main character, that is the sister of Piper, the main character in the first book. It's a very lovable character as well. My only problem with Hook, Line and Sinker was the love interest. He's meant to be a typical womanizer and a typical guy that is like so good looking, and he had everyone just going after him, but in a way he feels that his feelings are something that no one cares about, and you know why she thinks that she's never going to fall in love with him, or why he thinks that she will never see him in another way. But the thing is, like, this whole problem is dragged out so much and he's crying all the time about that in a moment it starts being like a little bit annoying, and it's like, okay, let's be honest, you're only crying because you're too handsome and because there's too many people that go after you just because of how good you look. And it's like, okay, cry me a river. That's not a real problem. That's nobody's problem, actually. So I didn't feel very identified with this character, and even though I like the story and I think that it's nicely written and it's very fast-paced, I would have liked it more if it were another love interest. But I give both of these books a good 3.5 stars. Yeah, I think you're going to like it. Then I was in the spiral of romance book, and I decided to listen to the audiobook of one of the books that have been on my TBR for so long, and that one is Act Your Age, Eve Brown. That is part of a trilogy that is Get a Life, Chloe Brown, Take a Hint, Danny Brown, and then Act Your Age, Eve Brown, the Brown Sisters trilogy. And after reading Hook, Line and Sinker, where the main character's problem was being too attractive, what I like about Act Your Age, Eve Brown is that the main character is more realistic. She has problems that a lot of people had. So the fresh part of this book is actually the diversity that comes with it. Super confident in her own body that it makes you love her instantly. And then when she meets a guy that is falling for her, she has no problem in saying like, of course you're going to be interested in me because I'm fabulous, and I absolutely adore it. Really, if you haven't, read this one, and if you love romance book, read this one. I absolutely recommended it. And then I read Exciting Times. This is a book that also has been recommended by a lot of people. They compare a lot with Sunny Rooney, and I finally read it. I think if I have to describe this book in one word, it would be funny. This book is so funny. It doesn't have like a plot, you know, in that way it feels very Sally Rooney because her books are not plot driven but character driven. The main character is Ava. She's an Irish girl who has a love interest that is Julian. They start dating, but at the same time he has to travel all the time, so he's never that long with her. And at the same time she meets Edith, or Edith, I don't know how you pronounce it. Anyways, the book is mostly about her exploring her own feelings when she meets someone that she cares about, and she tries to make this girl care about her as well. I find that it's so well written and so funny with so many good quotes. I totally love it. I don't think that it's an amazing book. It's not my favorite book, but I really enjoy it, and I think I'll read it again at some point because it's very smart. And then the last book that I heard, because it was actually the audiobook, it's called The Gunko. It's a book by Stephen Rowley, and it tells the story about this guy who is gay and he has to take care of his best friend's kids because she died in an accident. He's an uncle and he's gay, so the Gunko. He decided to take care of these kids. The book is super sweet. I didn't cry with it, but I feel emotionally moved in a lot of moments. And I absolutely adore it. I love every character. I love the main character. I love the kids. The kids are super funny. I laugh a lot and I enjoy it so much. And I absolutely recommend it to you if you haven't read it yet. So those were the books that I have read in April and May. Yeah, there were some books that kind of disappointed me, but some books that I really enjoyed. And I hope that you have enjoyed this video. And if you did, just please subscribe to this channel and turn on that notifications button. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you soon in a new one next week. Have a good day. Bye bye. Mwah.